Hello YouTube, and welcome to my very first sketchbook tour and my very first video on my channel. To start off with, this is a Moleskine Art Plus sketchbook. It is 5.5 by 8.25 inches, I believe. Nothing super fancy. The paper's pretty thick. I mostly use it for drawing with pencils, inks, and watercolors. Here you'll see that I have a few thumbnails for a unicorn with some Pegasus wings. At my office, we have a little mascot amongst the designers that we call the Pegacorn, and I was sketching out a few ideas for a sticker that I wanted to do. A lot of us will put stickers on our laptops, and so I wanted to make a sticker that kind of represents our design group that I could then give to everybody on the team. This was also my very first time drawing horses, so I looked at a lot of reference photos online, try to get the look of a horse and also kind of their anatomy sort of right. Typically in my sketchbooks, I tend to draw and practice a lot of faces and hands. Here on this page, you'll see that I drew my dog. We had to put our dog down back in late September of 2019. This day in particular, I was just kind of missing her a little bit, so I drew this picture from a photo that I had on my phone. Again, more faces, just different angles, different lighting. More hands attached to wrists, attached to arms, just trying to get better at anatomy in general. Another thing that I was working on is a graphic for a group of friends that I am a part of. We call it the Library Club. So I experimented with different angles and perspectives for shelves and books on shelves, and then also create some kind of nice illustration for the group. I messed around a lot with watercolor in the sketchbook. A lot of the times I didn't really have anything in particular I was trying to do. I just wanted to get some color on paper and experiment, test out just some painting techniques that I'd never done before. I've never really been a painter, so I wanted to just break out of the habit and give myself the opportunity to just mess around and not really feel the need to create a work of art with watercolor. I find the best way to do that is to just do some things that are abstract. I'm not trying to make something realistic or make it look like anything, so if it blobs over to the right as opposed to the left, it doesn't really matter because it's not really supposed to be anything. Some more books on shelves for that graphic I wanted to make for the Library Club. One thing you'll see is every Sunday I have a habit that I started sometime in 2018 where I just get my coffee in the morning and I'll sit down at my desk. I'll draw my coffee before I drink it and then write down the date and kind of some thoughts that are in my head either about the week or just things I want to accomplish or things I'm thinking about, just to kind of start the week afresh and recharge my batteries a little bit. Another thing I was trying to do, I was feeling a little bit more confident with some watercolor, so I wanted to try maybe sketching out some portraits and then just putting a basic wash, skin color wash on the faces, but it kind of turned out a little bit too muddy and didn't quite look the way I was hoping for. This page may seem kind of weird. Around this time, my wife and I were going through the IVF process, and I just had babies in the mind, so I had looked up different images online of babies and just wanted to kind of draw them. It was really actually kind of fun because babies are very round. There's not really a whole lot of structure to them, so it's kind of nice to be able to kind of break away from needing to do like hard crisp lines and just get more into like the gesture of kind of the scrunchiness of a baby. I also have quite a few caricatures of Donald Trump. I'm not really a huge fan of him, but the way he squishes his face and makes all these different faces in public, there's lots of photos of him, so he's kind of fun to draw whenever you get bored or really want to practice. I try to experiment as much as possible in my sketchbooks. Towards the last 5 pages of the book, I actually started the book in reverse. It was kind of a nice, easy way to break in the sketchbook without getting too attached to the first few pages and worrying about screwing anything up. Along with drawing faces, I also tend to draw little parts of the face, like noses, some eyes, and mouths. For these last 3 months, for some reason, I was just having not a whole lot of confidence in my ability to actually draw a nose, so I tended to sketch and practice noses a lot at different angles and different shapes. I also felt it was important to document some of the large and medium things that kind of happened to me and my wife in 2019, such as going to Croatia in 2019 and getting a new job, and then some of the many concerts that we saw in 2019. These are actually things that I'm surprised that I didn't do more of, these impressionist sort of landscapes. And yeah, like I said, these were the first 2 drawings that I ever did in my sketchbook, so it was kind of a nice, easy way to break in the sketchbook without worrying about screwing anything up. Which, you can never screw anything up in your sketchbook. It's yours, it's not meant to be shown to anybody unless you want it to be. It's just a place for you to practice. So, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of the week.